Practical English Podcast.
Hello and welcome to Practical English Podcast. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Sarah. Today we have something really exciting for you. We're going to teach you how to have natural conversations about your weekend in English.
This is one of the most common conversations in English. At work on Monday, people ask, "How was your weekend?" At school, friends want to know, "What did you do?" When you meet someone new, they often say, "Tell me about your weekend plans." So today, we're going to practice this conversation step by step, and by the end of this episode, you'll feel confident talking about your weekend in English.
Exactly, Kevin. And we're going to do this in a very practical way. First, I'll teach you the essential questions people ask about weekends. Then Kevin will show you different ways to answer these questions naturally. After that, we'll practice a complete weekend conversation together, and finally, you'll get to practice with us using real shadowing techniques. Are you ready to master weekend conversations? Let's begin.
Perfect. Sarah, let's start with the questions. What are the most common questions people ask about weekends in English?
Great question, Kevin. There are basically 6 essential questions that you'll hear all the time. Let me teach them to you slowly and clearly, and I want our listeners to repeat each one after me. Ready? Here are the 6 weekend questions you need to know. Question number 1, how was your weekend? This is the most common question. It's asking about your weekend in general. Was it good, bad, busy, relaxing? Let's practice this. How was your weekend? Now you repeat. Question number 2, what did you do this weekend? This question wants more details about your activities. What did you do this weekend? Your turn to repeat. Question number 3, did you do anything special? This is asking if you had any unusual or exciting activities. Did you do anything special? Please repeat. Question number 4, where did you go? This question focuses on places you visited. Where did you go? Now shadow me. Question number 5. Who did you spend time with? This asks about the people you were with during your weekend. Who did you spend time with? Repeat after me. And question number 6, what are you doing next weekend? This is asking about your future plans. What are you doing next weekend? Your turn. Excellent. Those are the 6 essential weekend questions. Now Kevin, can you show our listeners how to answer these questions naturally?
Absolutely, Sarah. Now I'm going to teach you how to answer weekend questions like a native speaker. The secret is to give enough information to keep the conversation interesting, but not too much that you talk for 10 minutes straight. Let me show you different types of answers: short answers, medium answers, and detailed answers, so you can choose what feels comfortable for you. Let's start with short answers. These are perfect when you're busy or when you don't know the person very well. If someone asks, "How was your weekend?" you can say, "It was good, thanks." "It was pretty relaxing." "It was busy but fun." "Not bad, how about yours?" These are simple, polite, and natural. Let me say them again for you to practice. "It was good, thanks." Repeat. "It was pretty relaxing." Your turn. "It was busy but fun." Please repeat. "Not bad, how about yours?" Shadow me. Now let's practice medium answers. These give a bit more information and show you're interested in having a conversation. For what did you do this weekend, you could say, I went shopping and met some friends for coffee. I stayed home and watched movies with my family. I went to the park and did some exercise. I cleaned my house and cooked a big dinner. Let's practice these. I went shopping and met some friends for coffee. Repeat after me. I stayed home and watched movies with my family. Your turn. I went to the park and did some exercise. Please repeat. I cleaned my house and cooked a big dinner. Shadow me now. Finally, let's practice detailed answers. These are great when you're talking to friends, family, or people you want to get to know better. For example, if someone asks, "Did you do anything special?" You could say, "Yes, actually. I went to a new restaurant downtown with my sister. The food was amazing, and we talked for 3 hours. Then we walked around the city center and did some window shopping. It was such a nice day." Let's practice this detailed answer together. Listen first, then repeat, "Yes, actually. I went to a new restaurant downtown with my sister. The food was amazing, and we talked for 3 hours." Now you try.
That's fantastic, Kevin. Now I want to show our listeners how to make their weekend answers even more natural by adding feelings and opinions. This is what native speakers do all the time. They don't just say what they did, they say how they felt about it. Let me give you some examples. Instead of just saying "I went to the movies," you can say "I went to the movies and it was absolutely fantastic." Instead of "I stayed home," try "I stayed home and it was exactly what I needed, so relaxing." Instead of "I visited my parents," you could say "I visited my parents and we had such a wonderful time together." Here are some feeling words you can add to your weekend stories. Listen and repeat after me. It was amazing. It was so much fun. It was really relaxing. It was exactly what I needed. It was a bit tiring, but worth it. It was different from what I usually do. Now, let me teach you how to keep the conversation going by asking questions back. This is very important in English conversation culture. After you answer a question about your weekend, you should ask the other person about theirs. Here are some ways to do this. How about you? What did you do? What about your weekend? Did you have a good weekend too? What about you? Did you do anything fun? Let's practice these. How about you? What did you do? Repeat. What about your weekend? Your turn. Did you have a good weekend too? Please repeat. What about you? Did you do anything fun? Shadow me.
Excellent, Sarah. Now let's put everything together with a complete weekend conversation. I'm going to have a conversation with Sarah about our weekends, and our listeners can listen to hear how natural weekend conversations flow. Then we'll practice the same conversation with pauses so you can join in. Are you ready, Sarah?
Ready, Kevin. Let's show them how it's done.
Hey Sarah, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was really nice, thanks. I actually did something different this time. On Saturday morning, I went to a farmer's market downtown. I bought some fresh vegetables and homemade bread. The weather was perfect, so I walked around for about 2 hours just enjoying the atmosphere. Then in the afternoon, I met my college roommate for lunch. We went to this cute little cafe that just opened near my house. We talked for 3 hours straight. You know how it is when you haven't seen someone for a while. Sunday was more relaxed. I stayed home, did some cleaning, and watched a movie. It was exactly the kind of weekend I needed. What about you? What did you do?
That sounds fantastic. I love farmers markets. My weekend was pretty different from yours. On Saturday, I decided to be active, so I went hiking with my brother. We drove about an hour outside the city to this trail we'd never tried before. The view from the top was incredible, you could see the whole valley. We packed sandwiches and had a picnic up there. It took us about 4 hours total, and I was definitely tired by the end, but it felt so good to be in nature. Sunday was my lazy day. I slept in until almost 10 a.m., made a big breakfast, and spent most of the day reading a book I've been trying to finish for months. Oh, and I called my mom in the evening. We talked about family stuff and made plans for next month. How about next weekend? Do you have any plans?
That hiking trip sounds amazing. I should do something like that. Next weekend is going to be busy for me. My cousin is getting married on Saturday, so I'll be at the wedding all day. It's about 2 hours away, so I'll probably stay overnight at a hotel. Sunday I'll drive back and probably just recover from the wedding. What about you? Any exciting plans?
A wedding sounds fun. Next weekend I'm planning to visit my friend who just moved to a new apartment. He's having a housewarming party on Saturday evening. I need to buy a gift for him, maybe something for his kitchen. Sunday I want to try that new hiking trail you recommended last month. If the weather's good, it should be perfect.
That sounds like a great weekend. Now, let's practice this conversation with our listeners. Kevin, you'll ask the questions, and I'll guide our listeners through the answers.
Perfect. Let's practice together. I'll ask you about your weekend, and you answer just like you heard Sarah and me do. Ready? Here we go. Hi there. How was your weekend?
Great job. Remember, you can say something like it was good, thanks, or it was really nice, or it was busy but fun. Now Kevin will ask for more details.
That's nice to hear. What did you do? Did you do anything special?
Excellent. You can talk about 1 or 2 activities. Maybe you went somewhere, met someone, stayed home and relaxed, or tried something new. Don't forget to add how you felt about it. Now, let's practice asking back.
Sounds like you had a good time. Now it's your turn to ask me about my weekend. What question will you ask?
Perfect. You probably asked, "What about you?" or "How was your weekend?" or "What did you do?" Those are all perfect ways to keep the conversation going.
Thanks for asking. I actually had a pretty relaxing weekend. I stayed home on Saturday and caught up on some reading. Then Sunday I met my friend for coffee and we talked for hours. It was exactly what I needed after a busy week at work. And next weekend, I'm planning to visit my family. What about you? Do you have any plans for next weekend?
Wonderful. You're getting the hang of weekend conversations. Remember, you can talk about definite plans like "I'm going to visit my friend" or possibilities like "I might go to the movies" or "I'm not sure yet," Maybe I'll just relax at home.
Excellent practice, everyone. Now let's do a quick shadowing exercise with some key weekend phrases. Sarah will say the phrase, then you repeat it exactly. This will help you remember the natural rhythm and pronunciation.
Ready for some shadowing practice? Here are 10 essential weekend phrases. Repeat after me with the same tone and rhythm. How was your weekend? It was really good, thanks. What did you do? I went shopping and met some friends. Did you do anything special? Yes, I tried a new restaurant. That sounds amazing. What about your weekend? Do you have any plans for next weekend? I might go to the beach if the weather's nice.
Fantastic shadowing practice. Now, here's your weekend conversation challenge. This week, I want you to have at least one conversation about weekends in English. You can practice with a friend who's also learning English, ask your English teacher about their weekend, or even practice in front of a mirror.
That's a great challenge, Kevin. And remember, the key to natural weekend conversations is to give some details, add your feelings, and always ask the other person about their weekend too. Don't worry about being perfect, just focus on communicating and connecting with the other person.
Exactly right, Sarah. Weekend conversations are about sharing experiences and building relationships, not about perfect grammar. Start with simple answers and gradually add more details as you become more confident.
Before we finish, let's practice some confidence-building phrases. These will help you feel more positive about your English conversation skills. Repeat after me, I can have natural conversations about my weekend. I ask and answer questions confidently. My English conversation skills improve every day. I enjoy talking about my life in English.
Perfect. Thank you for practicing weekend conversations with us today. Remember, every Monday is a new opportunity to practice asking and answering about weekends. Every Friday is a chance to talk about your weekend plans.
That's right. Keep practicing these conversations, and soon they'll feel completely natural. This is Sarah and Kevin from Practical English Podcast. Keep talking, keep practicing, and keep building your English confidence one conversation at a time.
Bye for now.